Hello everybody and good afternoon. Today is 56 days post-op from this arm surgery. I think that this arm is going to be stuck a bit larger than the other one, but that's okay, because you know what I say, in every struggle that there is a blessing. So you see on this side it's kind of flabby. Guess what? If you move this one, I can't, but I guarantee you there's no flab there. So look, a little benefit. So I'll just go around once it's healed on this side and just like show off that arm, maybe something like that. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about today, this is an exclusive video just for YouTube. I will not be sharing it anywhere else at this time. Maybe later, but not today. And the reason being, I just don't think the world is ready for this. And I'm a little nervous sharing this story, but you know what? It is what it is, and people that don't like it don't have to listen to it. But it's, you know, even if you don't believe the story that I tell you, I think it stands for a very good story. So here I go. So what I want to share with you is, you know, people said, oh, you're so strong, you're such an inspiration, and your faith is so strong. But this story is not my typical story that I share, because in this story, I share my weakness, I share my fall of faith, my lack of faith, very dark moment in my life. But then I also share with you how God has gotten me through that and what he told me during this time. That's right, what he told me. So this is absolutely a story of faith, a story of God and how he talks to us in every moment, especially during our deepest times, deepest and darkest times. So the first part, there's 3 parts, so this might be a little bit long. So I was debating to do it in 3 parts or just do it as one, but I'm just going to keep speaking, and if I decide to stop it and do another video later, I'll do that. I'm just going to let the Holy Spirit guide me. The first story begins after the surgery. I woke up very angry, very, very angry that this was happening. I was supposed to be in Puerto Rico. I was not supposed to spend the summer in the hospital this year. However, that all ended in a second with one accident when I fell. I completely destroyed the humerus laterally. It was very difficult, and that's why they're being super careful, because I would come to find out even more tragedy as they worked on this arm, to discover how steroids have completely damaged my body inside and out. It's affected my skin in a big way, so much so that they weren't sure if it was going to close up. They thought maybe when they took the stitches out, my skin was like tissue thin, that it would fall apart again. Then there was the what am I thinking? I can't think right now. The danger of the condition of my bones. So how it would heal, how my arm would heal. So that's why this surgeon's taking the recovery process super slow. So I woke up very angry, and I remember waking up and I looked at my daughter and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I know exactly how it goes. I know the healing process. I know all the struggles with it. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And she just looked at me and she let me know that she understood and that it was okay what I was feeling, and that she had my back. And that meant the world. That night I would have a dream. And this dream was, well, actually it was like a couple days later, because I was at home when this dream happened. And I began to dream, and it was a dream where there were pink clouds. I don't know why, but it's always pink clouds. Pink clouds were all around me, and I was falling. I was just falling, and it's like I could just see everything, and I just felt my whole life falling down, down, down this tunnel. And I was so anxious and so scared and angry. All these feelings were just kind of up in my face in this dream. And when I woke up, I knew that God was telling me, I've fallen. You have fallen, Nina, because you've taken your eyes off of me. That was the message I got from that dream. And I knew it because I was looking at everything for face value. What they're telling me, the news I'm getting from the surgeon, they're telling me what bad condition I'm in for this healing and all these things. And I'm like, I was panicking. I had several panic attacks. I had to get on anti-anxiety medicine, anti-depression medicine, all of it. I went super low, super quick. I did not have the fighting spirit. And what I know is this: I question myself and like, Lord, why did I fall so hard? Why did I take my eyes off of you? And all this time I thought my faith had been so strong. But what he was revealing to me is how weak it was and how far I had to go to get to a higher level of faith. Because you see, in all the other surgeries, I had 2 months to prepare. So I was preparing emotionally, physically, my home, everything. This one happened overnight. And I was left with a broken arm for 2 weeks. So I was in excruciating pain for 2 weeks and then went right into a surgery. And it became too much for me. But how fast I was able to take my eyes off of God in a second when tragedy hit unexpectedly. So I'm still working on that faith part. But this next part will tell you how God knows exactly where we're at, even when we don't talk to him and tell him. He knows our heart. Because what happens is, a couple of days later, as I continue struggling and I continue to lose hope and faith and just the desire, I did not have the desire to fight. It's not that I gave up. I was like, I'm done. I just don't want to fight anymore. And I don't have to keep doing this. I don't want to fight to get better just to have to do it again and have them tear up my body some more, because these surgeries are brutal. I actually have a picture from the operating room. If you guys want to, let me know, but I'll have to send it to you privately because Facebook will take it down. That's how graphic it is. So the brutality of this, I'm tired of it. What do I have to look forward to? Is this the rest of my life? I'm tired. And the next couple nights I had a dream. And I thought it was so real. I was in my dream. I was in my backyard on my patio, but to me it felt like I was really present in that moment. And the doctor just kept drilling it in my head. He's like, you cannot fall. Do you understand? If something happens to your arm, we cannot repair it. You will lose the use of your arm forever. What the heck? I like my arm. I want my arm. I need my arm. But okay, so I have this fear that's just weighing on me, knowing that I could lose my arm should anything happen to me, and my shoulder, because my shoulder surgeon told me the same about the shoulder. So now you're talking about the whole entire arm, whether it be I mess up the shoulder or the arm. I got one shot, like Eminem says, one shot, right? So I'm in this dream, I'm on the patio, and I have my laptop in my arm for whatever reason. That's probably a a thought from distance learning, because since we were glued to our computers, right? And but on the patio there was like a frame like this one right behind me, but there was like an image in that frame, and I was like, what in the world is that, and what's it doing there? So I look and I was like, what? And it's like a curtain, a chiffon curtain. Is then the closer I look, it's removed and the curtain is opened, and I look closer and it is Christ. And not only is it Christ, but it's very unique because it was the suffering Christ. I saw Jesus, and it wasn't like a real vivid, like peachy, fleshy vision, I guess you could say, of him. But it was him like in black and white, but I knew it was him. And I saw the crown of thorns. I saw the blood. I saw the tears. I saw the suffering Christ, right? The Christ that was on the cross. But I wasn't scared. And I felt a peace and a happiness that I have never, ever experienced before. And I was just like, you would think like, I'm just going, oh my gosh, Jesus, I'm so sorry we did this to you. But I wasn't. It was really bizarre. I was just like, oh, Jesus. It was like a relief. I shouldn't be using this term. Jesus. And I reached out and I said, Jesus, I trust in you. But I didn't reach out fully, because then I remembered, oh shoot, I don't want to fall over the cord because then I'll lose my arm. So I turn around to look where the cord is, and bam, I wake up, and my whole body jerks, and I wake up abruptly in my bed. It was a dream. And I'm like, that felt so real. And I said, and this is the deal, what I believe, and I'm giving you the short version because I know this video is going to be long, but what I believe that to be is, and I told my priest about this, because I always want, when I have an interaction, something, I don't know what to call it, but encounter with Christ. I have to validate it through the church and make sure that it's authentic. Is this real? Am I nuts? What's going on? And this was a dream, so it was kind of weird. So I did, and he immediately, without hesitation, because I've shared with him all of my spiritual experiences, and he said, no, it's consolation. And when I looked that up, it was to the T exactly what I had gotten from that dream. So I'm like, okay. I did not get to tell Father this, but what I felt like was when I woke up, I just remember thinking, oh, ye of little faith, ye of little faith. And so when I woke up, I was like, I couldn't help but think that had I continued to reach out in full faith, without hesitation, I really think that I would have went to heaven that night. Maybe it's just me thinking that, but I can't shake that feeling even today. I really feel like it was an invitation. And why did I see the Christ, the suffering Christ? Because to me, he was speaking to me and he said, Nina, I see your suffering. I've seen your suffering, but I've carried it for you all along. Give it to me. You don't have to carry it anymore. That was the message that I felt that he was telling me. And so I was like, oh, I think I messed it up because of my lack of faith. I turned around because I lost that faith in just reaching out and putting my whole self in his hands without worrying about the arm, right? But because of my humanness, I did not have that faith, and I lack it. I turned around in my humanness, and I'll never know what happened. And I want you to tell you that day that God, that I had that dream about God telling me, you've taken your eyes off of me. That was the day that I actually, that same day, or the morning after, my husband comes in. He's been giving me these little statues, the collection of Jesus's life, and there's a cross that it goes on. It's really cool. And that day, this is the one that came in. Hold on. This is the statue. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, I am not the creative person. I don't have that imagination, trust, and believe. So I can't make these kind of really cool stories up. So I get this and I'm like, okay, God, I get it. And I'm holding it the wrong way, aren't I? There you go. Don't take your eyes off me because you will drown. But if you keep your eyes on me, you can walk on water. Stop it. This is true. You can't make this stuff up. So the last part that I'm going to leave you with is the last dream that I had and have had since that time is I remember talking to God in the bed because I have never been so tired and never have I been so unwilling to fight. Not because I gave up, but because I was done. Because at the end of my life, I know that I could say, I never lost the battle, but I knew when it was done. I should get a t-shirt. You know me, every time I have something I want to say, I throw it on a t-shirt, right? So the last one, I remember before going to bed, I said, Lord, if you were calling me to go home, if you should ask me again, I'm going to say yes. I'm ready. My soul is ready, Lord. I'm tired. I don't want to fight this anymore. And you have already freed us from death when you died on the cross. And look, I'm getting teary-eyed because it's, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I'm tired. And it's hard when you think of when words like quality of life start coming up. It's hard. It's like, oh God, I don't want to live like that. Lord, just take me in your open arms. And that's where I've been for a large part of this recovery. And, that's why I needed my Cooley family. When they came, I kind of, snapped myself out of it because I forgot how much I was loved and how much I still have to live for. I wasn't suicidal, but I was like, I welcome it, Lord, if it's my, I think it should be my time. I'm not, if it's my time, it's more like, Lord, I think it's my time. Knock, knock. And so the last dream, I had said that before I went to bed, Lord, should you, if you were inviting me to go home this time, I'm going to tell you yes. The pink clouds come back. I don't know if anybody knows about pink clouds. Please let me know. Hit me up. So again, I fall into, I don't see Christ this time. I don't see anything, but I hear a voice. I believe it was God's voice. And I see the pink clouds, and I'm in the pink clouds, and they're going past me again. And I hear a voice say, did you mean what you said? And I went, and I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me think about it. Hold on. I think so, but let me make sure. And then God shows me all of the relationships I've had in my life. And some of them that I have deep shame over, some of them that I deeply regret. But in this dream, he starts showing me all those different relationships, and he shows me why they were important for me to get where I am today. And I'm like, what? And of course, the last thing that he shows me is my husband. And I'm not going to get too into detail because the message to me was very intimate and very, I knew what it meant, but that's from my own personal heart. But what I will share with you is that he did show me how much that I love him. And so I did give the clouds, God, the voice, an answer. And I said, I really am tired. And I know if I stay, it's going to be really hard. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to be so much. But I love him. And I love my children. And I think he needs me just a little bit longer. So even though it's going to be hard, and I may suffer tremendously, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay, Lord. And I woke up. And it's crazy because when I woke up this time, I knew exactly what happened. And I turned to him and I saw my husband. And I smiled. And again, I said, yeah, I'm going to stay. So take it for what it is. I'm telling you the things that happen. But in all of this, I'm telling you, God knows I needed him to validate that he knows how tired I am. And he's telling me, look, girl, if you're going to stay, you've got to deepen your faith because it's not going to get any easier. Like I said, when they start talking about things of quality of life, making you comfortable, it's just a hot mess. I'm not even going to speak what they've told me because all I know is miracles happen. I don't know about you, but I believe in miracles. And I just wanted to end this video letting you know at this moment, I don't know the future. I don't know where it leads. All I know, if doors are closed, God's going to open up a window. And I'm open for him to leading me on a different journey. I don't think the journey I'm on is over yet. I think it may be soon, but it's not today. And I'm just so grateful for the team that I work with. And I cannot tell you how much I love them and how much they mean to me. We were able to create quite the first great 8 days. They're calling it the comeback when the kids come, the reopening of the schools. And, you know, what I left my staff was this is, if I only have one arm and a team of 8, think of what you could do with 2 arms and a team of 25. You better bring it. So when you're feeling hopeless, know that the Lord is with you. He's listening. He knows the struggles you're going through. He knows you're hurt. He knows when it's too much. But just listen. Open your ears, open your heart, and he will speak because he, no matter what storm you're going through, is always there. So until next time, I'll see you.